What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. And I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Gonna read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we will be getting things started. First, I want to give a huge shout out to, I think it's Ann. It's either Ann or Anna. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I really appreciate all the support. I also want to give a huge shout out to Cassandra. Thank you so much for the PayPal. I really appreciate you. Thank you, hooligans, so much. So we're going to be starting with this first video here titled On His Way. Hegseth gives update on fate of arrested Abbey Gate terrorist. They're actually going to be talking about a plethora of things. Of course, they're going to be talking about President Trump speaking last night and that fantastic speech that he did. Plus, we don't cover Pete Hegseth very much. So I thought this would be a good way for us to get a little bit more familiar with him. Then we got an interesting video titled BlackRock to buy Panama Canal ports run by Hong Kong firm. Now they're claiming that this is a good thing for the U.S., but I don't really trust BlackRock because they're a part of Megacorp. They're one of the main companies that own almost everything in Walmart on top of half the stock market. So either way, I don't think it's a good thing, despite what the news says. Then we got a video titled Supreme Court rules Trump must resume foreign aid. So apparently they think it's a big deal that we give those doll hairs away, and so we're going to get back to doing it despite President Trump trying to stop that. Then JD Vance was over at Eagle Pass. He was live just a few minutes ago. So we're going to capture a portion of his speech there. I got the timeline all figured out and all of that. Then we got a video titled Federal Government Threatening to Withhold 50 million doll hairs in Funding from Columbia University. Now, last school season, we were covering how Columbia University became a gigantic pro-Hamas protester compound where even the professors were going out there being pro-Hamas and all of that. Now, President Trump is sending task forces over there to see if there's anti-Semitism or something like that going on, and if there is, they're not going to give them federal funding. I mean, somebody's got to do something. Then we got a video titled Four Sanctuary City Mayors Set to Testify in House Hearing that happened today. That video is going to kind of describe what to expect from the hearing and all of that. But then we have an actual clip from the hearing. It's titled Anna Paulina Luna tells Sanctuary City Mayors she's referring them for criminal referral, saying she's going to hand their paperwork over to the DOJ and have them investigated. Now, Anna Paulina Luna is a lot. That's a mouthful. So I'm just calling her APL from this point on. I mean, she's got a nice name and all, but man, I having to say all that shit on top of everything else. So that's APL. She's like the better version of AOC, right? Nice lady there compared to AOC being just a dumb horse. Anyways, then we got a video titled DJ Daniel, newest member of the United States Secret Service, meets with President Trump in the Oval Office. Yesterday when we were covering President Trump's speech last night, and it was a good speech. There was a moment there where they gave some spotlight to DJ Daniel, who is a form of an officer. He's an honorary officer, and President Trump wanted to give him a promotion. Now he's an honorary Secret Service member, which is pretty badass. We captured that yesterday. This is a little bit of a follow-up on that. As it said, he's meeting with President Trump in the Oval Office. Sure, it's for his official duties. Then we got a video, Lefties Losing It. It's titled Dangerously Delusional Host of The View Getting Mocked. What's really funny is KJP landed on The View, and they're going to be talking about that, and so definitely look forward to that. Then we will be opening today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776. And then I only have one funny video of the day, but it's a longer video, so I figured we need two, and it's really funny. It's titled Hand the Man a Pen. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see how you hooligans are doing today. And what is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Guess J? What's up, Russell? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Zero? What's up, Astrohammer? What's up, Jay Spray? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Josh1776? What's up, You Hill? And what's up, Damsel? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Snooks, you were first today. And I appreciate everything you do for us, Snooks. What's up, Spicy K? Got some. You are omnipresent. Appreciate you. Let me see. What's up, MU? What's up, Tony Rez? What's up, Appeal to Heaven? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ghostly? What's up, Gron? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Zupia? Russell, you are omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Neighbor Guy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, K Hearts? Happy freedom to you. Make sure you hooligans hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Cash Flow? Neighbor Guy, you are omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Viola? What's up, Ace Ventura? Happy freedom to you. Appreciate all of you hooligans being on Kick. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Two Ruby Shoes? Neighbor Guy, you are truly omnipresent. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. Let me see here. What is up, everyone over on the CommuTube? DeMarquise, you were first over here. Guess some. You were truly omnipresent. Russell, you are truly omnipresent. You guys are badasses. What's up, Undecided? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom. Neighbor Guy, you are truly omnipresent. You guys just fantastic. Let me see. I think we got everyone. What's up, Kelly? Happy freedom. What's up, Vinny? Welcome back. All right, you hooligans are welcome to hit the like button over on that communism platform, like a big old fuck you to YouTube, and they deserve it, especially for green screening my live yesterday. We were covering President Trump on all platforms, which is kind of unlike me. And then YouTube decided to censor my damn live. So 2 middle fingers to YouTube, because they really outdid themselves yesterday. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into this first video here. Like I said, it's titled On His Way, Hegseth gives update on the fate of arrested Abbey Gate terrorist. Now, like I said, they're going to be talking about a plethora of things, including that topic. And I think it's a way for us to become a little bit more familiar with Pete Hegseth, which is a good thing because he seems like a pretty stand-up guy. Now, before we get into things, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, we have these epic winning t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have your opportunity to hire him for your creative needs. Because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags, and we even made tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the Happy Freedom Hooligan badge. We got lots of items and lots of designs over on the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video.
Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country. And Pete, congratulations. Secretary of Defense, congratulations. And he's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services.
They're not supposed to be smiling and clapping, just so you know. That was President Trump talking about U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and he did it right in front of him. And we just watched that together because Pete's in studio. The Secretary of Defense,
good to see you.
Great to see you. What a start you've had. What did that feel like to have the president talk about the one thing you always focused on? Let's build up the military. Let's find out about what's going on wrong with recruitment. And he says there's already a difference in 7 weeks.
Well, the brave men and women of America have stepped right up. When they see who their commander-in-chief is, what his focus is, back to basics, warfighting standards, accountability, and readiness, they're ready to raise their right hand and join the U.S. military. And from the Marine Corps to the Army to the Air Force to the Navy, we've seen record numbers across the country of Americans saying, I want to serve under the commander-in-chief, President Trump. So it was a cool moment to hear him announce that there. The military has responded. It's a renaissance in the Pentagon, for sure. And it was a historic night. The president gave a historic, strong America First speech, and it was surreal to be right in the front row.
And before I go into the issues, just for you personally, to walk down that aisle as a member of his cabinet and to sit in that front row, we all watched it and covered it the next day. But what was it like for you?
You're right.
Hegseth.
We've watched it. It was an honor. You know, and I don't mean to deflect, but it's even more of an honor to have a front row seat to watching him be president of the United States in the Oval Office on an almost daily basis, making decisions about what we're going to focus on, what we're going to prioritize, how we're going to bring peace. His commitment to following through on his campaign promises is historic. So nothing surprised me about what he delivered last night, and I was proud to be there.
So you're going to go, after this, you're going to go to the border with the vice president. You're also bringing more troops to the border. The numbers are staggering. Your thoughts about what is the mission right now? Is it down to zero?
Almost, not quite to zero yet. 97% drop, Brian. historic lows of crossings. The deterrent effect is there. We've brought in the military alongside Tom Homan and Secretary
Look at those
Noem.
numbers.
Oh, it's his 98.8%. I mean, we're talking gotaways in the single digits, Brian. President Trump gave us a charge. 100% operational control of the southern border. Border security is national security. Over 20 million people, as the president pointed out last night, poured in across our open border policy, which created recklessness, death, drugs for our communities. We're sending those folks home, and we're not letting more in. And you're seeing that right now.
Are you hearing that Mexico's cracking down, too? Because they evidently arrested 900 cartel members. They seem to be on the offensive on their southern border. Are you seeing enough cooperation?
I mean, my message to Mexican leaders and Mexican military leaders has been, we want to cooperate with you, and we will cooperate with you. But if you don't police up the cartels on your side of the border, then we'll be forced to do it for you. We don't want to do that. So right now, we have historic cooperation, military to military, but we're letting them lead. It's their country. It's their fight. We want them to lead that fight. So far, they have stepped up, which is a very good sign.
If we hear about ISIS or Al-Qaeda leaders anywhere, we're taking them out. If the cartels are now a terror group, we look at them as a terror group, will we take them out just like they're in Yemen, just like they're in Sudan, just like they're in Syria?
I mean, Brian, you heard the president of the United States last night, just like I did. They're a designated foreign terrorist organization. We will not accept them controlling that border, poisoning our people with fentanyl, which those numbers have not gone down enough, which is why the president has continued tariffs on Mexico. So all options, as I've said, are on the table. We would prefer that the Mexican government handle it themselves, and we hope they do, and we're partnering with them to do so.
All right, let's change gears. As the speech wrapped up last night, this was posted by the Chinese embassy. Quote, if war is what the U.S. wants, be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war, we're ready to fight till the end. As Secretary of Defense, how do you take that?
Man.
Well, we're prepared. Those who long for peace must prepare for war. That's why we're rebuilding our military. That's why we're reestablishing deterrence and the warrior ethos, is because we live in a dangerous world with powerful, ascendant countries with very different ideologies. You mentioned defense spending. They're rapidly increasing their defense spending. Modern technology. They want to supplant the United States. If we want to deter war with the Chinese or others, we have to be strong. And that president understands peace comes through strength. He also has a great relationship with that gentleman right there, too, Xi Jinping. So where we can partner, where we can cooperate to recognize that we don't want war with China, we don't seek that war, we will. And the president has sought historic peace and historic opportunities. But my job as the Secretary of Defense is to make sure we're ready. We need the defense spending, the capabilities, the weapons, and the posture in the Indo-Pacific, which is something we're very much focusing on.
China has said they're going to up their defense spending 7.2%. And that's supposedly with a struggling economy. We're getting mixed messages on that. As Secretary of Defense, you always want more money. Absolutely. At the same time, Doge is in there cutting back and speeding up the systems, making it more efficient. How much money are you asking for when you talk to the president or when you talk to the Treasury Secretary in this budget? How much more do we need? Because we watched it, the defense spending was not even keeping up with inflation over the last 4 years.
My message has been, I'm both a fiscal hawk and a defense hawk, and I think America First represents both with peace through strength. So Doge is going to cut fat where we need to, and we're going to reprioritize on the right things. So it's not about a fixed dollar amount, Brian. It's about addressing the president's priorities: Golden Dome, southern border, modernization, hypersonics, UUVs, UAVs, the fight of the future against China. They know we're serious, and we're building for that.
So let's talk about the big announcement.
All right, so that's Pete Hegseth there. Like I said, talking about a plethora of topics. Just trying to get a little bit more familiar with him. He's also talking about President Trump's speech from last night, which was really good. He's talking about the border, which J.D. Vance went to the border. Of course, there's some budgeting stuff going on right now, which I think is kind of weird. How often do they got to figure out the budgeting stuff? I thought they only had to do that when they missed budget shit, and now they're running out of money. I swear they just did a budget thing in November or December. Here we are, it's March, and they're worrying about budgets again. I'm not really sure what that's about. But either way, a plethora of topics from Pete Hegseth there. Next up, we got BlackRock to buy Panama Canal ports run by Hong Kong firm. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Pete Hegseth. Let me see, reading through. Hill, I'll check it out. I'll check it out after the live. Thank you for letting me know. Josh 1776 playing some Cyberpunk. I haven't played it yet. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I guess it's good after all the updates. Josh 1776. Fuck China. Yep. What's up, Mad Marv? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tony Rez? Appeal to Evan. Happy freedom to you. BlackRock owns all, just like Vanguard. Yeah, it's because they're big players in Megacorp. Ghostly Cyberpunk is dope. See, I want to try it. When it first came out, it was a shit show. There was a lot of people complaining about it. But I guess now, since the newer updates, it's awesome. And I guess the last really big update really changed the game to make it worthwhile. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale. What's up, Shroomish? Happy freedom to you. Happy freedom, Bill Clay. Trump was awesome last night. I agree. That's most of the news, is clips from last night, but we covered it live, so I tried not to grab anything that was too focused on the speech last night. Hey, I appreciate you being here with us, MU. Appeal to having build up the military. Yep. Well, they had to kick a lot of those weirdos out that were underperforming, so got to put some people in there who are going to do a good job. Hey, I appreciate you sharing out the live Appeal to Heaven. Thank you. What's up, Proud American? Happy freedom to you. What's up, K Hearts? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Libby Racer? Appeal to Heaven. 74 degrees in Bell, Florida, with wind. Kind of cool outside. Not bad. 74 degrees. I don't know what it is here. It might be like 40 degrees here. It's like our own little Florida up here. 40 degrees is warm for a Michigander. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. I'm doing all right, Mad Marv. How are you doing? Ghostly, I will have to check that out. I've never heard of that. Cash flow. I like Pete. Yeah, he seems like a good guy. I haven't seen anybody other than the liberals say anything bad about him. And, you know, the things they say is ridiculous. He's got that cross on his chest, and they're like, that's a white supreme pizza symbol. And it's not, but that's, you know, they got to say stupid stuff like that. Cashflow, did you miss the press briefing today? No, we covered it. It went like shit, though. For some reason, my internet stopped working. Now, I think it was actually an update, because right after the live, my computer had to reset because of an update. So I think that's actually what was crashing our press briefing. But no, we covered it. We were on time, but we got like 8 minutes into it, and then all of a sudden it just dropped dead. And we went live again, and we ran the second half of it. But yeah, there was just some tech problems, but we didn't miss it, though. What's up, Harley Davidson? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. Totally amazing speech. Pelosi looked like she wanted to run but couldn't. She couldn't because she was intoxicated. I seen a news video where they were trying to say that she was crying, that she was wiping her face because she was crying. I think she was just drunk. She looked super drunk. Okay, that's like a legal term. She looked super drunk, and so I thought she was just wiping her greasy face. I didn't think she was crying, but some people think she was. I mean, I'd like to think that she was crying, but, you know, it's not what it looked like to me, though. What's up, Tori Wayne? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Scott Johnson? What's up, TJ? I like Hegseth. Seems tough. That's how I feel, too. And we need somebody tough to be Secretary of Defense. John S., she was drunk. See, that's what I think, too. She looked pretty intoxicated. She was inebriated. What's up, DB? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tactical? Happy freedom to you. I think it's a bad ruling. On what, Tactical Dragon? Oh, probably talking about the schedule there to make the foreign aid run again. Yeah, I think so too. What's your name? Jagula? Happy freedom. His speech was so good. I agree. President Trump was killing it last night. And the Democrats, they were really butthurt. They were using like all the Bengay they could find. They were super butthurt today. What's up, Cosmic Squirrel? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Wayward? Wayward, I'll be at JD's neighbors tomorrow. Why is that? You live in the area? Is that what it is, Wayward? Josh 1776. No, I don't know. I like to go through legit routes. I used to do some shady shit on the internet when I was younger, but I don't want to do that stuff now. Guess had the Daily Wire at presser today. Yeah. I can't remember who they said that person's name was. I was distracted because I thought her hair was in her face, but it was actually like I think today is Ash Wednesday, I think, because everybody's got dirt on their face. That's probably going to piss people off, but that's what it looks like. What do you want from me? So anyways, the one girl who was speaking, I thought she had hair in her face. Then I thought she had dirt on her face. Then the one correspondent that was standing right behind her, she had a clear cross on her forehead. And then I realized it wasn't dirt or hair. And then at that point, I had missed too much. And so I have no idea who that woman was. I know it had something to do with the Daily Wire, though. Until they say, you know, from the pack of hooligans, we got Jeff Mack over here. Until they say that, I'm like kind of... I'm listening, but I'm listening lightly. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. This next one's BlackRock to buy Panama Canal ports that are run by Hong Kong firm. It's ran by a Hong Kong phooey. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Giant US asset manager BlackRock is backing a takeover of Panama Canal ports operated by Hong Kong firm CK Hutchison. The deal announced Tuesday is valued at $22.8 billion and also includes dozens of ports in other countries. It appears to be a win for US President Donald Trump's aggressive diplomacy. He has vowed to wrest control of the canal, falsely claiming that it is being run by China.
China's involved with the Panama Canal. They won't be for long.
Trump has cited the presence of Chinese companies as evidence, with Washington pointing to CK Hutchison's role as a security risk. The US president has refused to rule out military action over the matter. Now the new deal will give the BlackRock-led consortium a 90% stake in Panama Ports Company, which has operated ports on the canal for more than 20 years. A Reuters source says BlackRock, the world's largest asset management firm, has briefed the White House on the move. One expert called the sale a huge win for the US and said it should calm tensions over the canal. Last month, Secretary of State Marco Rubio visited the area and pressured Panama's government to limit Chinese influence. The country subsequently said it would review CK Hutchison's port contract and exit China's Belt and Road infrastructure project. Now the deal could also temper Republican criticism of BlackRock and its boss, Larry Fink. They've been under fire for embracing environmental, social and governance factors in investing.
All right. Now, I think it's interesting the way that they talk about BlackRock. They referred to BlackRock as the largest asset management firm. That's some fancy wordage right there. Like, what exactly does that mean? I never hear anything good about BlackRock, and then apparently it has its own special little title. The largest asset management firm. Why would we need that? Why would we need that? And we know that Vanguard's running right alongside BlackRock and all of that. And like I keep saying, they're part of Megacorp. They're a part of these organizations that control so many things that they can directly affect the stock market. If they liquidate their assets for whatever reason they feel necessary, then it's going to change the market. Same thing as if they purchase a whole bunch of assets from the stock market, it affects it in a different way. And so because of that and the choices they make, a lot of people don't like BlackRock. But it's kind of this mysterious thing where like they don't really talk about what exactly it is. You just see its name on everything. And apparently they're saying that it's the largest asset management firm. Is that, I don't know. It's just like fancy titling, but what exactly does that mean? Anyways, next up we got Supreme Court rules Trump must resume foreign aid. I don't think this is really a good idea, but man, the Democrats are celebrating a Trump loss as they're referring to this. Anyways, it's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about BlackRock trying to buy these ports over in the Panama Canal. And I think it's humorous that the news was like, yeah, this is a win for Trump. And I'm like, how connected to BlackRock is Trump? But we'll see. I doubt we'll get any information like that. Snooks, they own the stock market. Yeah, they do. It's because they own so much. And I feel like there should be some sort of regulation against that. And I hate to say that because I don't want to see more government. I want to see more red tape. But there's reason we have like monopoly laws. And if you purchase that, like you own so much of the stock market, that's a kind of a threat to everybody else in the stock market. So I don't know. Sam, if you invest in BlackRock or Vanguard, your money is spread out from what I understand, like across their assets. See, that's a really interesting thing. You could either buy the assets that BlackRock is buying, and kind of like people do with Nancy Pelosi. There's a lot of people who track Nancy Pelosi, so when she buys something, they buy something, and when they sell something, when she sells something, they sell something. You could buy the assets that BlackRock is purchasing and kind of follow their lead, or you could just buy stock in them, and then the more they buy, the better off your stock is. That's an interest. It's like Inception. It's like stock Inception. I don't know. Thank you for letting me know, Sam. Snooks are big into pharma. Yeah. What's up, Cassie J? Happy freedom to you. Zero, they own everything. Yeah, they do. Josh 1776. I'll check it out. I think I misunderstood what you were saying before, but I'll check it out. No worries, Sam. I appreciate you being here with us. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. Russ, I don't like BlackRock, but I don't like China either. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel exactly the same way. Good Lord, Snooks. Smoked him. Spread out like a hooker's legs. I mean, I'm just, wow. That got me. I didn't realize. Holy. Proud American. Hyena Harris's husband is high up in BlackRock. Really? I didn't know that. What is his name? Doug Emhoff or whatever? He likes to hit women, and apparently he's a fan of BlackRock. That's crazy. J-Dog, BlackRock is a mega monopoly, illegal. Yeah, it sounds like what they're doing is illegal. But if they're connected to the government's not going to do anything about it. What's up, Disco? Happy freedom to you. J-Dog, BlackRock wants to open another stock market in Texas. Like, do their own stock market? That's weird. That stuff is weird. I wonder, what would it take to start your own stock market? Is there regulation on that? What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. Craig, happy freedom to you. BlackRock equals WEF. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That totally makes sense. J-Dog, BlackRock is evil. I agree. Liberty Racer, I got MAGA on my forearm. Did you just get it? You just get tatted up? I want to get a tattoo so bad, but I can't afford it. Craig, drinking a quart of vodka does not constitute being a drunk. She was sloshed last night. Mad Marv, she was hammered and crying. Yeah. Just like her husband. J-Dog, yeah, they want to open a stock market in Texas with all southern, southeastern U.S. companies. Interesting. I'm sure when that happens, it'll hit the news, and we'll be covering it. Snugs, 2 of the top 10 shareholders of BlackRock and Bank of America and Vanguard. Yeah. I used to have stock in Bank of America a long time ago. But I needed the money. Happens. Lisa Pelosi was sad because she couldn't rip up the speech. Yeah, she couldn't even slide over there. She was shuffling out at the end. She probably doesn't even remember what happened last night. What's up, Fox? Happy freedom to you. Teasel, the Dank of America. There you go. That'd be an awesome dispensary name. Tactical. Yeah. Yep, it's coming up next. What's up, Long Knee? Happy freedom to you. You like the JD Vance babyface memes? I mean, it doesn't hurt my feelings. Doesn't. I don't feel any kind of way about it. I think it's hilarious. That's badass, Wayward. That's awesome. All right, hooligans. We're going to move on to this next one. Like I said, Supreme Court rules that Trump must resume foreign aid. I think it's a bunch of nonsense, but it's coming up next. First, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Now let's get this pulled up by the goofy Supreme Court. All right. Once again, this is titled Supreme Court Rules That Trump Must Resume Foreign Aid. Hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
The U.S. Supreme Court upholding a judge's order that could force the Trump administration to resume foreign aid payments. A lot of this has to do with USAID, and Shannon Bream is on that. Shannon, what happened?
Okay, so this is one of the very first things from this term to make it fully to some kind of decision from the U.S. Supreme Court. And this is about foreign aid that was ordered to be paid out by a lower court judge. There were groups who take in USAID money, and they had gone and said, listen, this freeze is harming us. And they went to the district court judge, that lower court level, and he said, yes, the government has to pay this out. It went through the appeals, got to the Supreme Court. They, by a 5-4 vote today, say they won't put that judge's order on hold. But they've told that lower court, now you need to explain to the Trump administration exactly what money you want them to pay out. The dissenters, led by Justice Alito, also with Thomas, Gorsuch, and Kavanaugh, which means that Chief Justice Roberts and Justice Barrett did side with the Democrat appointees on the court. They've said they're dissenting. And let me read you a little bit of this. They say the court makes a most unfortunate misstep that rewards an act of judicial hubris and imposes a $2 billion penalty on American taxpayers. They say the relief that's been ordered to pay this money out is an extreme response. It says a federal court has many tools to address a party's supposed malfeasance. Self-aggrandizement of its jurisdiction is not one of them. In plain English, they think the lower court got it wrong and was way out of bounds to order this money paid out. They say it's going to be to the harm of the American taxpayer. They've now said to that lower court, explain to the Trump administration exactly what they have to do. But the order stands. The money's got to go out.
Shannon, how big of a surprise is this? How do you find it?
Listen, anytime it's a 5-4, you can't be sure exactly. You know, it was a close decision. One vote flips either Roberts or Barrett the other way, and this is a different decision. So we knew they were wrestling with it, and the fact that this lengthy dissent has been written, led by Justice Alito, means the court really struggled with it. But it is a loss for the Trump administration. Of the nearly 100 cases now pending, there's some other stuff we're waiting for from the Supreme Court level as well.
Okay, my guess is it's not the end of this, but we shall see in time. Thank you, Shannon. Yeah, thank you for popping on the air. Appreciate that, Shannon.
Okay, so gotta kick out those doll hairs for foreign aid. I don't know, it doesn't sound like a good idea, but you know, these Supreme Court justices, they've been sitting there, they watched the whole Biden thing go down. They didn't do anything to stop that stuff, so you know, maybe they're a little bit more compromised than we think. Anyways, next up we have Vance at Eagle Pass. VP was at the border today. It looked like he did a good job. I watched almost the whole speech. Now, we're not going to sit here and cover it because it's like 28 minutes long. That's a little bit too long for us to cover for Coffee with Hooligans. But I got a couple minutes of it, the whole like first half of it or whatever. And I think he did good, especially going to the border. I mean, are we at 40 days, something like that? In this administration, it took old man Walter years to get down to the border. So JD Vance doing pretty good. He also had Tulsi Gabbard with him. I think he had Pete Hegseth with him as well. So they kind of all went down there, had a little field trip down to the border. Some good stuff. Now, before we get into that, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about the Supreme Court ruling saying that Trump must resume foreign aid. Russell, the taxpayers have been harmed for years. Yeah, it seems like nobody's protecting us. Zero, Barrett has been a disappointment. See, I don't know all their names and stuff, but yeah, I'm not impressed with those guys. Snook's chicken, just do it. What do you want me to do? I don't know what you want me to do. Boobs and butts real fast, Snooks. I mean, that was pretty fast the way I just said it, right? Boobs and butts doesn't work the same way as chicken bacon. Appeal to Heaven, her earrings bling with her eyes. You falling in love with Appeal to Heaven? That's how they get you. That's how they get you. They use that devil vagina magic. Next thing you know, you're cleaning the house and you're all domesticated. That's how they get you. Ghostly, I hear that there's a chance they ignore the temp order because it can't be removed if the other courts side with him. Interesting. I bet President Trump's got a strategy. He knew, I mean, there's no way he didn't know walking into his second term that everybody was going to fight him every step of the way for every part of his agenda. That's how it was last time. And I'm sure he knew it was going to be this way this time. So I think that, like, we just see the tip of the iceberg, but I think he has all this sub-planning going on. So when things fail or they get delayed because of Democrats and stuff, he's got moves already planned out. That's just what I think. Appeal to Heaven, butts and boobs. That's right. That's right. That's the password. That's the password. Cash flow. I honestly think they're going against President Trump. This is absolute bullshit. Yeah. Well, and that's exactly what it sounds like. They overturned what he wanted. So, yeah, they are going against President Trump. But why? Like, why do we need to kick out this money for foreign aid? They did not make that clear. What's up, McGurks? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sherry? They said work completed should be paid. I mean, I guess. That is what it sounds like. Like, they've already confirmed that the money should be kicked out. President Trump showed up. He was like, nah, we're not paying anybody. And they're like, nah, they already got the green light on this. I think they did the same thing with Ukraine. There was money that was supposed to go out there or whatever, and they didn't want to, but they were like, nah, you have to because it's already been cleared. Sure. Be specific on what needs to be paid. Yeah, tell the Trump administration exactly what. Yeah, that is what they're referring to. What's up, Nuki? Happy freedom to you. Sherry, $4.99. What you guys? Oh, you guys talking about eggs? Tubi Shoes just looked at egg prices at Walmart. The large eggs went from $5.97 last week to $3.99 today. Interesting. So the Democrats going to start praising Trump and say, "Oh, he actually lowered the egg prices." No, of course they won't. Of course they won't. It's just like the stupid gas prices where Biden was still in office. They were like, "Nah, the president doesn't control the gas prices," because everyone was like, "Gas is too expensive." KJP's up there, that has nothing to do with Biden. That's, other people are involved. It has nothing to do with Biden. Gas went down 50 cents. She's like, you guys aren't thankful enough for Biden lowering the gas prices. Like, wait a minute, I thought you didn't have control over the gas prices. And do the same thing with Trump and the eggs. Trump was in office 6.5 hours. They're like, why is the egg so expensive, Trump? I thought you were going to lower the egg prices. Now here we are, the eggs are getting cheaper. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, it's Biden did that. My Uncle John did that. They always got excuses. That's how it goes. What's up, Samsung? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Itchy? Happy freedom to you. Gianna. Trump cleaning the swamp. Thank God. We need it. Tactical, it's bullshit. The American people are tired of our money going to bullshit places for bullshit reasons. That's right. You are absolutely right. What's up, Energy Woman? Happy freedom to you. Russell vagina magic is the dark arts. I'm saying. It's a true story. You never know till they get you. Ghostly, either way, Army Colonel Barrett is an evil bitch. I don't know who that is, but if you say so, Ghostly, I believe you. Like I said, next up we got Vance at Eagle Pass. Let me get this pulled up really quick. Now, like I said, it's like a 30-minute speech. We're not going to watch the whole deal, but we're going to watch a little bit of it. We got about 3 minutes of it. And I think he did pretty good. And like I said, he had Tulsi Gabbard with him. I'm pretty sure Pete Hegseth was with him. I think that's Pete's arm on the left side of the screen there. You can see Tulsi in the background. Once again, this is J.D. Vance at Eagle Pass. This is from earlier today. Like right before I started the live, he had just got done speaking. So this is like not that old at all. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
And I appreciate you being here. It's great to be here. It's great to talk to some of the incredible people that we have, both at the local level, the Texas state level, and also, of course, our federal border patrol, who are doing so many good things to keep us safe. And I have some bad news and some good news. And the bad news is that because of what Joe Biden did at the southern border for 4 years, we had record increases in migrant crime, in fentanyl deaths, and in just floods and floods of people who shouldn't be in our country who came into the United States of America. We also have a number of ways in which the cartels became more advanced, better war fighters, because Joe Biden opened up the American southern border and allowed the cartels to turn it into their playground. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is, as President Trump said last night at the State of the Union, it turns out we didn't need new laws. We didn't need fancy legislation. We just needed a new president of the United States, and thank God that's exactly what we have. And I will say that the most heartening message that I take away from my visit here at the Texas border is the number of Border Patrol agents who have come up to me and said thank you, or said because of this, we've cut the number of border crossings from 1,500 a day to 30 a day. Or the people who have come up and said we've seen a reduction, an 85% of the number of people who are dying at the American southern border. And every single day that we continue to keep this border safe, that means less migrant crime, that means less fentanyl coming into our communities, that means more safety and security for the people of the United States of America. And of course, we know the border problem, the border crisis under Biden's administration was a national crisis, but it acutely affected the community here. And I've already heard heartbreaking stories of people who are still picking up the pieces, local mayors who are still dealing with the budgetary consequences of what the Joe Biden administration allowed to happen at the American southern border. And that, too, is something that President Trump is going to help address, help fix, and help solve. Now, I wanted to bring Secretary Hegseth and Director Gabbard at DNI down here because, one, I obviously enjoy their company, and it's good to have them down here with me looking around today. But unfortunately, we know that because of what's happened, the border crisis has become a matter of national intelligence, and it's also become something that requires the Department of Defense to engage with. I was talking with Paul Perez earlier. The drone technology that the cartels are using requires, unfortunately, a military response and military support. So it was important for Secretary Hegseth to see what's going on, because we know that the millions and millions of people who were let in over the last 4 years, many of them are connected to foreign terrorists. It's important for our leader of national intelligence to get a sense of what's here on the ground. So before we take questions from the
All right, so like I said, it's a little bit of J.D. Vance's speech there. Just a little bit. He goes back and forth between Pete Hegseth as well as Tulsi Gabbard, and then he takes questions from the press. Now, I did consider grabbing the part where he was taking questions from the press. You can't hear him, though. You can see him standing there listening, but you cannot hear the questions at all. So it makes the answers seem kind of abrupt and out of context. And, I mean, it was worth it while you were sitting there watching it live, but I just was like, we don't need that. But either way, J.D. Vance out here doing pretty good. I think made it down to the border. Like I said, it took old man Walter years to get down to the border. So out there checking things out, had the crew with him and whatnot. Safest border yet, thanks to President Trump. Second round, he did it the first time. He's doing it again. They're saying that these are very low numbers. There was numbers that were in the thousands that are now in single digits and stuff like that. Now, I don't think anybody should be coming across the border. I think the numbers should be 0. But I guess there is instances where there's gotaways and stuff like that, and I don't really understand all of that. But either way, we got a safer border, and that's something I personally voted for. I wanted the border to be closed. The border is closed. Promises made, promises kept. Next up, we got federal government threatens to withhold $50 million in funding for Columbia University. Now, last school season, we covered pro-Hamas protesters were out there at Columbia and a few other Ivy League schools. They were trying to create their own autonomous zones in the front yard of the school, whatever that, on campus or whatever. And they were trying to act like they couldn't do anything to stop this from happening, which is nonsense. They seem to be able to stop you from bringing alcohol and cigarettes onto campus. You can't stop people setting fires and building encampments on the campus. That doesn't make any sense. And it's because the professors were all in on it. A lot of them were out there participating in the pro-Hamas protests and stuff like that. Now, it hasn't been as bad this school season. I really thought that it was going to, but it doesn't seem so. There was like nonstop news about it last school season. So with it being mild right now, President Trump is sending people over there to investigate to see if there's anti-Semitism happening there. And if they are going to be unruly, specifically at Columbia University, they're going to pull that federal funding. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about J.D. Vance being at the border today. Zero, I voted for all the stuff that Trump is doing. Yep. The big things that I wanted is no dudes and girls sports, and the border to be closed, and the mass deportations to happen. Everything else is just extra. But those 3 things are the things I really wanted to happen. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly. Let's see. Barrett is Supreme Court judge appointed by Trump, and she fucked him over. Let me see if this is who I think it is, because I saw a video where one of the judges was being highlighted. Yeah, and it is this woman. President Trump, we came out for the speech yesterday, and he was like on the House floor, I think it was. When he was coming out and he was walking by, he was shaking hands, everybody was saying hi. When he walked past the Supreme Court judges, she specifically looked really bitter and would look away from him and wouldn't even look at him and stuff. And a lot of people were talking about that, but I didn't realize that she was making decisions that were actually hurting the Trump agenda, which, you know, kind of makes sense at this point. But I did see someone highlighting that earlier today. Metal Mouth, yeah, he was. He's got to do a parameter check really quick. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom to you. MU, well, I'm not always right, but I admit when I'm wrong. I don't sit here and play pretend. You know, sometimes we're wrong, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Disco, yeah, Barrett sucks. She was a mistake. I guess nobody bats 1,000. Well, she seems like she's batting against President Trump, but we'll see how it goes. Appeal to Heaven, I want the Epstein list, but I do really want to know whom all I can't watch anymore. Well, I don't necessarily know what you mean by that, Appeal to Heaven, but yeah, I'd like to see the Epstein list released as well. Zero, we need a running tally of deportations. I agree. If we could do the Doge clock, I don't know why we can't keep track of how many illegals are being deported. And you would think that they would do that, considering they were saying this is going to be the largest mass deportation in American history. So why wouldn't they have a running count on that? Stoner, I want celebrity arrests. I want to see celebrities get arrested. I want to see elected officials getting arrested, not just for no reason, but, you know, the ones who are corrupt and did bad things. I want to see these people be held accountable. I'm tired that if you're famous enough or you're wealthy enough that the law just doesn't apply to you. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. And it's really crazy because when you're poor, like compared to them, I feel most of us are probably poor in comparison. And so when you're poor and you're living like a regular American, You worry about going to jail. You worry about your life being messed up over the law. You worry about lawsuits and being sued and all this other crap, right? Because nobody wants to have more problems in their life than they already got. Life is full of problems, so you do everything you can to minimize that, right? But if you break the law enough to become famous or wealthy, now you have the tools to stay above the law, which is a really weird thing, and you don't really perceive that when you're at the bottom looking upward. But them at the top of the mountain looking down on us, they're above the law because of those two reasons, because of fame and fortune. And so if you can make enough money or you can get enough attention, the law no longer applies to you. That's crazy. Like, that is crazy. It's like the glass ceiling they're always talking about. You try hard enough, you'll be above the law. That should not be that way. The law should be applied to all of us, no matter what your bank account looks like or how many followers you got. It's just my opinion. Kelly, they need to open the nut huts again. Reagan got rid of them. Now we have crazy homeless and drug addicts. Yeah, you're right, Kelly. They're always talking about how we have a mental health crisis here, but then they don't do anything to change that. They're like, go get therapy. You're like, how could I afford therapy? They're like, well, try drugs. just drink and do drugs. You'll be fine. It's like, that's bad advice. Stoner, Epstein video taped everything. Yeah. I don't know how they're going to release those tapes, though. Because, I mean, it's crimes. You're watching crimes be committed. And watching that kind of stuff is a crime itself. Now, you can watch certain things. You can't watch things with inappropriate content with children, right? And no one here wants to. But if that's what was happening on the island, how are they going to release the tapes? You ain't going to be able to watch that stuff, and it ain't going to be anything you want to see, right? So when people are saying, like, I want them to release the videos and stuff, I don't understand that. I want, accountability, but I don't understand how they could release videos when the video itself is illegal. Proud American, if we fix mental health problems, Democrats would lose half their voters. We'd lose half the chamber. We'd have to have more elected officials. Half those people would get carried out. Like that one woman that looks like something from Dark Crystal. She's got like black and purple hair. She looks older than Nancy Pelosi. And she just kind of like hangs around like that, like a villain from Scooby-Doo or something. Yeah, we'd lose half the House. Ghostly Pim Bondi said she got a truckload this second time. If she lied in a world with justice, she would rot in prison. Yeah, Ghostly, I did see that and I intended on covering it, but I never saw a good video where she was actually talking about it. But yeah, she did say that she got the rest of the Epstein stuff, but when are we going to see phase 2? And is any of that stuff even going to be in phase 2? Because phase 1 was when they were under the impression that they already had everything. So how many phases are there, and how many were created prior to them knowing that they didn't have all the files? Like, so they thought originally they had all the files. Say they were like, okay, let's break this up into 3 phases. Then they got a truckload of new files. So that means on phase 4, that's when we're actually going to see the real documentation, because everything prior to that is all the soft stuff. That's diet files, right? That's the stuff they were initially given with claims that that's all there was. So it makes me wonder, how many phases are there? And until what phase will we start seeing the real evidence, like the smoking gun, like they say? So I really wonder that, and I don't understand why they even did phases and all of that crap. It really hurt the Twitter files when they did that. When they were like, well, every day we're going to release something and turn it into this big goofiness. Like, it's like when the county fair happens. It's like, what day is wristband day? Like, that's kind of how we are. It's like, don't trickle the information to us. Just dump truck us. Just give us everything all at once. Because there's people out there that will stay up for 3 days straight just to break down that information. And it's because people want it. So I hate the slow drip of information, because what it does is it causes people to get bored and walk away. That hurts awareness to the subject, and then less people know about it. The normies keep going on without a clue, and that's what hurts all of us. So I wish they wouldn't do this slow roll with information. Guess I want to hear the stuff that they couldn't mention. Yeah. Well, they need to make a list of everybody who was on the tapes doing bad stuff and then go arrest those people. And even if they don't tell us for a year, at least those people will be behind bars. Because right now, nobody's been arrested. Nobody from the whole Epstein stuff other than Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever her name is. She's the only one who's been arrested. Everybody else is just off the hook. Appeal to having the old lady with purple hair. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about old ladies with purple hair. I'm talking about somebody specific. She's a representative of sorts. I don't know who the hell she represents, the chicken people, but either way. What's up, Mrs. BC? Happy freedom to you. They gave phases to stall it. Yeah, see, and I don't like that. I wish they would just dump truck us with information. Garlic Press, Trump's been in office a little over a month and they've already arrested the bombing suspect from the Cabal suicide bombing. I'm not even sure what that is. Unless you're talking about the stuff we're talking about here in a second. Actually, I don't even know where it is at this point. Are you talking about the terrorist? Snooks, you say her name really good. Who? Oh, Ghislaine? Well, I don't know. That's how you guys told me her name was said. I can't say that mess out loud. What's up, non-woke? Happy freedom to you. Cat Daniels, you just scared the shit out of me. I thought I was under attack. I just saw myself in the camera and this shadow about got me. About got me, Shadow Klaus. Jeez, he's a tactical Klaus here. Yeah. All right. Get your booty laid down. You're a good boy. About died. You see that? If he ever wanted to smoke me, I'd be defenseless. You could be armed and still feel defenseless against that tactical Klaus. It's unmatched. Garlic Press. Yeah. The withdrawal. Yeah, Biden didn't even try and capture that guy. Just imagine if it wasn't really the guy. What if it was somebody that they just don't even like? And they were like, we're going to blame you for this shit. And we're going to extradite you out to America. And they're going to have their way with you. Could you imagine that? I don't know. Life's a movie. Either way. Get the guy that did it. And like I said, old man Walter, he didn't even try. Old man Walter was too busy worrying about what time it was. That's what it was. Agent O, that Tacticat attack. That's exactly about died. You know, almost didn't make it. What's up, gaming? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Katie? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sassy Patriot? John S. The old bag with purple hair is Rosa DeLauro from Connecticut. Thank you. I'm glad somebody knew who I was talking about. I'm like, the old lady with purple hair. It was like, have you been to the grocery store? Yes, I know the old ladies like their purple hair. But I'm talking about one dingbat specifically. What's up, Cinderella? Happy freedom to you. Hair Juicer just saw a video of Mexico closing the border because of the tariffs. That's all right. That's all right. Yes, thank you, Zero. This is who I'm talking about. For those of you that still don't know who the hell I'm referencing, I'm talking about that woman right there. I don't know who keeps electing this person right here. I think it's a dude. It almost looks like a dude. She could be a Frank. I'm thinking that she kind of looks like a Frank. Anyways, Franklin DeLauro. I'm just misgendering her. It'll be okay. Anyways, like I said, next up we got federal government threatened to withhold $50 million in funding from Columbia University because of the pro-Hamas protesters and, well, the fact that the school doesn't do anything to make it so it's fair education for everyone who pays to be there, only a specific few liberals. Anyways, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick that my birthday is coming up. So if you would like to send me something for my birthday, we will be doing a birthday unboxing on March 11th. So you are welcome to use the wish list link or the P.O. Box link if you would like to send me something for my birthday and be a part of the unboxing. So I'm going to drop these links in the chat really quick. And I will mention that if you do decide to participate for the birthday shenanigans, anything you send to me from the wish list will just be sent to me automatically. You don't have to worry about tracking numbers or emailing me or anything like that. It comes straight to me. However, if you would like to send me something of your own choosing, you are welcome to use the P.O. Box, but I would appreciate it if you could contact me somehow, pretty much any way you see fit. Just let me know what day I should go to the post office and pick it up, because if it sits at the post office longer than 3 days, they will try and send it back to you. There's no notification system or anything like that, despite what is offered in other areas. In my small town, they don't offer anything, including me calling. If I call the post office, they will not answer. They have my number blocked at this point because they're a bunch of shitheads. So, DM me, email me, write me in the chat. Let me know what day to go to the P.O. Box, and I will go pick it up. We have, I think, a little less than a week. Yes, we got 6 days, so that should be enough time. If you would like to send me something for my birthday to where you don't have to pay for extra shipping or anything like that, it's never worth it. The Postal Service sucks ass. I don't want you spending the extra money. So you got time. You got time. Anyways, like I said, getting into this next video here. Let me get this pulled up really quick. Hold on, lady. I ain't ready yet. Once again, this is titled, Federal Government Threatening to Withhold $50 Million Doll Hairs in Funding from Columbia University.
The White House threatening to put stop work orders on more than $50 million in contracts with Columbia University as it investigates anti-Semitism there. Billions of dollars in grants could also be at stake. As Lisa Rosner reports, the president also posted on social media today that all federal funding will stop for any campus that allows what he calls illegal protests.
From protesters blocking sidewalks to taking over a campus building, Barnard College says it's identifying the disruptors from the past week and will pursue discipline, but it's not clear what that is. It comes almost a year after students at the affiliated Columbia University created a contentious encampment and occupied a building there, leading to multiple arrests. Tuesday, President Trump posted on Truth Social, all federal funding will stop for any school that allows illegal protests. Agitators will be imprisoned or permanently sent back to the country from which they came. American students will be permanently expelled or, depending on the crime, arrested. No masks.
In the morning when I wake up and I put a shirt on and it says Israel on it, I have to think to myself, will this impact my social interactions? Will my professors see this and lower my grade on the essay?
Columbia University sophomore Noah Lederman says he'd rather the school enforce its own code of conduct by, for example, expelling students who break into buildings. A letter to Columbia from multiple federal agencies threatens to pull more than $50 million in federal contracts and more than $5 billion in federal grants in light of the ongoing investigations for potential violations of Title VI of the Civil Rights Act.
I'm certainly heartened to see the president focusing on anti-Semitism on college campuses. My concern with his statements would only be around free speech and making sure that those are always protected, civil rights.
In light of Trump's post, we asked legal experts what makes a protest illegal.
If there's a legal protest happening and there's a person who within that legal protest is committing some act that could be seen as illegal, it's still up to the DA to review. If you're barging onto someone's property where you're not allowed to be, it still constitutes trespass. It can be illegal.
But when it comes to private campuses, she says the school determines what's permitted. Under Title VI, though, recipients of federal funding are not allowed to discriminate. And the director of legal policy for Stand With Us says that's why Trump may be resorting to pulling funding.
There's also the issue of speech crossing the line into unlawful conduct, which means that if speech is harassing, if it presents a true threat, intimidation, things like that, those are not protected expressive activities. And unfortunately, that's a lot of what we're seeing on campuses today.
She says when protesters chant "Globalize the Intifada," it's a call for violence against the Jewish people and those supporting Israel, which she says should be considered unlawful. In Morningside Heights, Lisa Rosner, CBS News, New York.
Well, I think that makes sense. Now, of course, when you hear about President Trump sending task forces to go investigate anti-Semitism and stuff, You think about the protesters out there chanting and stuff, but they have freedom of speech. They can say most things. You can't do a call to action. You can't have people say, you know, go kill people, go hurt people. You can't do that. But that is what they're doing. That's why we refer to them as pro-Hamas protesters. They say death to America, and they are obviously pro-Hamas and all of that. So what I've been saying for years at this point is, why not arrest those people? Because when Americans go to join ISIS, which a lot of times is as simple as accepting an email from somebody. We hear about Fed boys tricking Americans all the time into joining ISIS so they could turn around, stick their face on TV and claim that they're terrorists, because really it's entrapment. Like, really it's entrapment for a Fed boy to send you an email and be like, or like join Discord or whatever and be like, yeah, come join ISIS. And you're like, okay. And they're like, ha, gotcha. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's entrapment. But at the same time, these people are out here pro-Hamas. They're dressed like Hamas. They praise Hamas. They say the same slogans and all of that. How is that not them trying to join Hamas? And if Hamas is the same thing as ISIS, then why aren't you arresting those people? I don't get that. Now, the biggest focus on this is the free speech thing, right? They're out there protesting. You have the right to protest. You have the right to gather. You have the right to free speech. They start asking for harm against other people. That's where they broke the law. When they're saying death to America and they're dressed up like Hamas and they want to be a part of Hamas, but they're just too gay to join, well, they should still be arrested because they're sympathizing with terrorist organizations. But of course, no one's going to hold these liberals accountable. I don't know why that is, but I have yet to see that happen. Now, of course, we covered all the George Floyd protests back in 2020. We didn't miss a single one. We also never saw those people actually go to jail. They just started getting arrested after a year or two of them going out there burning everything down. But even after they were arrested, their picture was taken, their name was wrote down, and then they were cut loose. They never went to jail. I've never seen a liberal go to jail. It's like the get out of jail free card or something. So we'll see if something actually happens to these pro-Hamas protesters, these bastards that are outside of Columbia University acting like shitheads now that President Trump's got his eyes on them. Next up, 4 sanctuary city mayors set to testify in House hearing. Now, this hearing did happen today, and we got a clip of it, but I got this video so we could kind of understand what was the point of the hearing, what's the expectations, what is the potential outcome. Then we're going to cover the clip of Anna Paulina Luna telling sanctuary city mayors that she's referring them to criminal referral. And she states it clearer than that title. She's going to hand their information over to the DOJ. She's going to give their info to Pam Bondi and have them investigated. All that's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump keeping his eye on Columbia University and potentially withholding $50 million from that school. Russell, thank God Harry Balls. I mean, Harris and Walls was not elected. We would be in rough shape right now. We would be in rough shape if they would have won the election. I couldn't help it. I was actually talking with some people earlier today. I had to go talk to those people at the auto shop, and they were like, "Do you hear about Zelensky and all that?" And of course, I play stupid because I don't like to tell people what I do. They treat me different. I don't know why, but when I tell people what I do, they start treating me different. I don't know. I don't like the way they treat me. They treat me like I'm President Trump or some shit, and I can't back it up, so I don't like it. So I play dumb. Anyways, I was like, yeah, I know about all that. And they're like, what about these pro-Hamas protesters and stuff? And I was like, yeah, I know about that too. And they're like, I don't know why they would do that. I was like, I don't know why they're a bunch of shapeshifters. They're a bunch of LGBTXYZ people supporting a group of people that would murder them if they knew they existed. And they were like, oh, I know all that. I was like, all right, it's about time for me to go. When I start hearing people say, oh, I didn't know that, I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to leave now. And it happens. Zero Anna Paulina Luna. Just say Miss Luna. I like APL. Like AOC is APL. It sounds cool. You get tagged by Anna Paulina Luna, you got the APL treatment. I'm just waiting for it to catch on. I'm the first one doing it. Remember that. When you see people on the news in a year from now, they start referring to her as APL, just know where you heard it first. It's from right here. You heal the alphabet gang. Mm-hmm. Russell, pull their funding. That's right. They deserve it. They did terrible last school season. There was a bunch of Ivy League schools letting these terrorist wannabes running around causing havoc. Even people were dropping out of school because they couldn't learn. They try and be in a class and learn something, and then protesters walk in to disrupt the whole class. Paying all that money, well, their parents are paying all that money just to go there and be protesters. What a disappointment they are. What's up, Rip Curl? Happy freedom to you. Bill Clay, tell me you don't do nothing. I don't do nothing. Yeah. I don't know. I had told somebody that I live stream and all of that, and then they started telling people I had a whole bunch of money. I don't have a bunch of money. I eat ramen noodles at least 2 days out the week. Ramen's noodles. And they're like, nah, you got money for that. You think I drive a Subaru that howls while it goes down the street because I'm just made of doll hairs? That ain't true. That ain't even kind of true. I wish I had money like that. Of course, I wouldn't be buying a new Subaru. We'd be getting that Hooligan Island. We need that. Metalmouth, if I'm not mistaken, the congressman from Texas passed away last night. I heard something about that, Metalmouth, but I did not see any news about it. I wonder if it's not going to hit the news until tomorrow. Non-woke Subarus are magnets for shapeshifters. Yeah, not here in Michigan. There's a lot of people that drive that, but that's because we got winter 7 months out the year. So any four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive does good here. But yeah, in California, yeah, you're going to see those coexist stickers, which is really ironic since they're the kind of people who can't coexist with anybody. Go say, I don't even know who that is. Their name sounds racist, though. Tony Rez, Raymond for them fancy folk. Yeah, pinky's out for Raymond's noodles. Zero. Hubby's niece is going to Full Sail University for her master's. I was telling her all about you and your skills. She thinks that it's cool what you're doing. That's awesome, Zero. Hope she has a fantastic time. Full Sail is a great university to go to. Now, I haven't been there since 2016 when I graduated and got my degree. But that's fantastic. I hope she has a great time. Those professors are so badass out there. What's up, Sly Dog? Happy freedom to you. I actually thought about going back to school because I could get my master's or my doctorate with only like a few more years of school, like 2-3 years of school or something like that. But I also don't want to rack up any more student loans. I owe $42,000 right now. Stoner, ever get so hungry you went fishing? No, but I could see how that could happen. Harley Davidson, he died from natural causes. He was diagnosed with cancer in 22. Does anybody know what his name was? I might know who it is if I heard his name. I have a hard time keeping track of who these people are supposed to represent. Like Lauren Boebert. I have no idea who she represents, but I know her. I mean, I don't know her personally. You know, come on, guys. But I know who you're talking about. Sherry and Kamala and Maxine Waters bailed them out. Yeah, the BLMers. Yep, they sure did. What's up, Savage? Happy freedom to you. Good hunting and fishing in Michigan. Yeah, out here in West Michigan, that's a big thing for people out here. Now, I personally don't go do all that stuff. I like hunting, but I actually don't like shooting the animals because I don't want to eat them. If I was going to eat them, then I'm smoking them. I'm more like, you do something to me, I'll do something to you, right? But the animal didn't do anything to me. So I like going out there at the ass crack at dawn, sitting in the snow, listening to nature and, being all quiet. I like that part. I have no need to smoke a deer or anything, but all my buddies do. They all hunt and fish. What's up, Holly's World? Happy freedom to you. You grew up in Alpena, Michigan? I know where that is. It's a ways from me. It's a couple hours from me, but yeah. What's up, Anti? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Time Travel? Happy freedom to you. Al Green is an all-time enemy of Trump, it seems. Yeah, he needs to go wash his face. He looks like a rashy mess with a scraggly-ass beard and stuff over there pointing his cane at President Trump yesterday. I'm surprised Secret Service didn't take him out. He was acting like an asshole during that speech. He was the first one to get removed. What I think is interesting is I didn't see any videos about how many Democrats got removed yesterday. I seen a couple hooligans trying to keep count. The last I saw was 3 or 4 Democrats got pulled out of the room during President Trump's speech, and I thought for sure today we would see news clips talking about that, but I didn't see anybody talking about that specifically. They did mention Al Green being pulled out, but I didn't hear anything about anyone else. What's up, Tim the Tool? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Johnny Cage? Welcome back. Time travel. The lefties in Germany also still wear the dust masks like in the lockdowns when they protest. Yeah, there was, during the press briefing today in the back of the room, there was a camera person that had a mask on. And I don't know why they love their compliance cloth so much, but they do. Lefties are just built like that. Bunch of brain dead idiots. Brain dead followers, that's what they are. Mom of one, happy freedom to you. The Dem from Houston was a former mayor, Sylvester Turner. Interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know. Cosmic Squirrel, a lot of fossils waving their walking sticks around. Yeah, they were having a hard time. They were filling their depends by the minute. Vinny C, been to Ann Arbor watching the Wolverines game? Heck yeah. I've been to Ann Arbor a couple times. Guess yeah, Sylvester Turner. Guess we got him. We got him. Poor Sylvester. He didn't make it last night. He didn't. You know, 2.5 seconds of silence for Sylvester. That's all right. That's all right. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, 4 sanctuary city mayors set to testify in House hearing. Now, they did testify today, and we do got a clip of it. But I wanted to play this video just for context. We've been staying up to date. This is a follow-up of a follow-up of a follow-up, because we've been waiting for these sanctuary city mayors to be held accountable for their actions. Now, we don't necessarily know that that's going to happen, but at least it looks like somebody's trying to hold these people accountable. So this is going to kind of give us the context, and then the next video, we're going to see Anna Paulina Luna lay into these guys. Each one of them is about to get smoked. So before we get into that, this one is titled 4 sanctuary city mayors set to testify in House hearing. Now hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
During his speech last night, President Trump calling on Congress to spend more money on his mass deportation efforts. Take a listen.
I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law. So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that.
Now, that call to action coming as the mayors of some of the country's biggest cities are in Washington right now to answer questions about their sanctuary city policies. News Nation's Tom Dempsey is on Capitol Hill this morning for a preview of today. Hey, Tom, what are we expecting from this hearing?
Hey, good morning, Marky from Capitol Hill. Look, after President Donald Trump called for more money to pay for mass deportations across the country, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer has vowed to hold sanctuary city mayors accountable during today's hearing. So really expect Republican lawmakers to bring some tough questions for the mayors that we're going to see. Mayors of very big cities across the country. That includes Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, and Denver Mayor Mike Johnston. All 4 cities saw surges of migrants arrive in recent years, putting overwhelming demand on shelters and services. And while there's no set definition of a sanctuary city, it generally refers to cities that limit cooperation with immigration and customs enforcement. Chicago has been an official immigrant sanctuary since 1985, with several mayors updating the city's policy over the next 4 decades. But Trump border czar Tom Homan says the rise of foreign criminal gangs has created big concerns.
This is the biggest national security issue this country's seeing, and we're going to address it. We're going to eradicate every illegal and gang member, every TDA NDA, every MS-13, every national security threat not supposed to be here. We're going to eradicate them from this country.
And Marky, on the other side of this debate, supporters of sanctuary cities say they want to be a welcoming spot for immigrants. And there's even some concerns out there that victims and witnesses of crimes might be a little worried about coming forward if they know that local law enforcement is cooperating with ICE. But going to be an interesting hearing to watch for when it kicks off at 10 a.m. Eastern time here on Capitol Hill, Marky.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people are curious if this will actually get us any place new or not. Tom, did the president's speech last night offer any hints as to what might be in store for this hearing?
He definitely leaned into immigration. Obviously, that was one of the defining issues of the 2024 presidential race. And during that long address here at the Capitol this week, President Donald Trump blaming the border crisis on Democrats. Take a listen.
Our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president. Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country.
Now, on the other side of this, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, who will be testifying today during this hearing, has defended the city's policies, saying the welcoming city laws are part of the city's history.
That's just who we are. We're a city, again, that was established by a black Haitian immigrant. That is the punch. We're responding to individuals who don't share our values.
Going to be a very interesting timing as well for New York City Mayor Eric Adams. He's going to be part of this hearing today, Marky. He's talked about rolling back some of the city's policies, barring city staff from cooperating with ICE officials. But his critics say he might be trying to really kind of curry favor with President Donald Trump as he faces federal corruption charges. So, again, another thing to watch for with today's hearing, Marky.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to
All right. Like I said, giving us some context on what to expect from the hearing today. Now, I assume the hearing's over by now. It's 6:30 at this point, but we do got a clip of it. We might as well just get into this, I suppose. Like I said, this is titled, actually, before we get into it, I want to mention that for a brief moment in that last video, they say that they believe that less people will use police resources because of the fact that police is cooperating with ICE. Only if you're an illegal will you not be calling the police when you're in danger because you're worried about them working with ICE. Anybody else doing that shit is really stupid, and I haven't even heard that. And I think it's News Nation just pushing their bullshit because they're the new CNN. So I thought that was humorous that they did mention that, like, really quick, right before he had threw it back to her. He's like, and people are less likely to call on police because of the fact that they are cooperating with ICE. I don't think so. I don't really think that's the case, but either way, like I said, we're gonna get into this next one since that was the context and this is the hearing. Now, in this video, it is titled Anna Paulina Luna tells sanctuary city mayors she's referring them for criminal referral, calling them criminals out. Now, hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
Chair now recognizes Ms. Luna from Florida.
Mayor Wu, does the Boston Trust Act restrict communication with federal immigration authorities regarding individuals' immigration status, yes or no?
We do not collect immigration status in law enforcement.
I'd just like to point out, and Mr. Chairman, if I could enter the Boston Trust Act into the record. Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you. On section 4AA, a law enforcement official and employment of the city department, agency, or commission shall not, and then A, inquire of an individual on his or her immigration status. Under Title 8, U.S. Code subsection 1373 stipulates that local governments cannot prohibit or restrict communication with federal immigration authorities regarding individuals' immigration status, so your enforcement of this act is in direct violation of that statute. Can you please confirm?
That is not
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
truth.
That's a U.S. code. I don't know about you, but U.S. code does not lie.
We do not ask about
Mayor
immigration
Johnson, I'm not
status, and that is
talking to you
what
anymore.
makes us
Next
safe as a
question,
city.
Mayor Johnston, you said in your testimony that the first step you took after illegal aliens arrived was to provide them with housing. Is that correct, yes or no?
Folks that were on the streets freezing to death, we gave access to shelter. Yes, we did.
Thank you. Not to be rude here, but you have a good understanding of what the definition of harboring is, correct?
I do.
Okay. For those that might not, harboring means to knowingly or recklessly provide shelter or place to stay for an illegal alien. And according to Title 8 of U.S. Code subsection 1324, that is also a federal crime. Just to be clear, did you also say that you would be willing to go to jail to stop deportation efforts?
I did say that I'd be willing to stand up for all of our residents, and the context was that was the point at which the administration was threatening to deploy the U.S. military to streets of our cities to
Okay.
pull kids out of schools and churches,
Thank
so we
you.
were worried about that.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to enter into the record an article from CBS.
Without objections ordered.
Thank you. In this, it says, Johnson said earlier this week that he's willing to use civil disobedience and, if necessary, going to jail to stop deportations. My final question would be for you, Mr. Mayor Johnson. Do you believe that Chicago's welcoming city ordinance encourages illegal aliens to enter the United States, specifically into Chicago? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. So you don't believe that banning the transfer of individuals into ICE custody for the purpose of civil immigration enforcement encourages illegal immigration into Chicago? Or how about agencies, sorry, one second, or agents not being able to stop, arrest, or detain individuals based solely on their immigration status or administrative warrant?
So we comply with all laws, local, state, and federal.
To me, after this line of questioning, it's very clear that these policies that you have all implicated are active and alive and well in your cities, are in direct violation with U.S. Title 8 Code subsection 1324 and is a federal offense. But you all speak about a broken immigration system, and yet here you guys are aiding and abetting in that entire process. I want to be very clear about something. Open border policies, which is something that you guys are talking about, hurts people on both sides, meaning the people that are coming here illegally and then American citizens as well. I do not think you guys are bad people, but I think that you are ideologically misled, which is why, unfortunately, based on your responses, I'm all going to be criminally referring you to the Department of Justice for investigation. And as soon as I leave here, these will be going over to Pam Bondi. I'm not doing that in an effort to bully you guys, but I do believe that your policies are hurting the American people, and you can make that known with the evidence that you can present to the Department of Justice. But if you guys continue doing what you're doing, you're not going to help anyone. You're going to hurt more people, and that's exactly why I'm tired of it. The American people are tired of it. And Chairman, I yield my time.
Would you yield your last minute? Mayor Adams, you were one of the first mayors in what the media refers to as a blue city, typically, that came out and raised concerns about the influx of illegals pouring into the city of New York. Could you answer the question, what that did to New York City from a budgetary standpoint? Let's not even talk about crime or anything. Let's just talk about from a budgetary, the burden on the citizens of New York City.
As I indicated, Mr. Chairman, we spent $6.9 billion, and the long-term impact of that is extremely significant. After COVID, we had a large number of children who was chronically absent. We could have taken $200 million of that and dealt with that. We have a real mental health crisis in our city. We could have spent hundreds of millions of dollars on that. And so the long-term impact of spending $6.9 billion is going to have serious ramification on the future of New York City. So it's more than just what happened last year or this year. It is what is going to impact us long term.
And I think that's one of the purposes of this hearing, to talk about the consequences from cities that have huge illegal alien populations. So, Chair, now
Well, like I said, APL slapping those shitty mayors right out of the sky. She's going to be handing over their information to the DOJ, giving it to Pam Bondi, and supposedly having these people investigated, which sounds really good. Now, she did say if you continue doing this, you're not going to help people, you will be hurting people. what I would have liked to hear her say was, if you keep doing this, you're going to prison. That's what I was kind of expecting her to say. But again, it sounds like accountability, but until they're in handcuffs, what is it really? A bunch of talk. So it sounded really good. I'm glad that they brought these people to do the hearing and all of that. Maybe this will scare other elected officials to not help illegals evade ICE, but until people are being handcuffed and walked out, it's hard to say if this is really going to do anything. Maybe we'll hear from Pam Bondi, maybe we'll hear from the DOJ, maybe there will be some follow-up for this, but this has been kind of a long time coming. We've been waiting a couple weeks for this hearing to happen. It was fairly lengthy from what I understand. That video, only 5 minutes of the whole deal, but I thought it was pretty good, and I think APL is doing a pretty damn good job. Now this is being shared over on the website right now. Why do they all look like they're about to lay a trap for Batman? Because they're a bunch of dusty Democrats. If they told everyone that Batman was a Republican and they just showed like the Joker and everybody as a bunch of Democrats, they would get more viewers when they play Batman. I'm just saying. Anyways, next up we have DJ Daniel, newest member of the United States Secret Service, meets with President Trump in the Oval Office. Now, yesterday we watched President Trump's speech live. We covered that, and a part of it was DJ Daniel, who is I can't think of what the phrase was. I remembered it earlier. He's like a special officer, right? He's like I can't think what the phrase is. He's a police officer of sorts, we'll say. He's a 13-year-old boy that was fighting brain cancer, I believe it was, and he is winning from what I understand. He's an honorary officer. And last night, President Trump gave him a promotion, and now he's a part of the Secret Service. That was my favorite part of the speech last night, was seeing DJ Daniel get the promotion to Secret Service and then also give the guy a hug that handed him the badge and all of that. That was a really awesome moment there. You don't really see stuff like that happen on Capitol Hill, and that was my favorite part of the speech. And so we got a little follow-up to that, and like I said, he meets with President Trump in the Oval Office. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Anna Paulina Luna holding those mayors accountable. Zero, yeah, special agent. That's right. Snugs love DJ Daniels. Precious teen, hugs for him. Yep, absolutely. Russell, I think Adams is trying to do the right thing. I think so too. I think that it didn't do him any favors when he called out Biden, and then all of a sudden he started getting investigated for corruption charges and stuff like that. So I think when that happened to him, he realized there's no point in playing the Democrat game, because as soon as you get into trouble, everyone turns their back on you. And a lot of people find that out when they're young. You got friends that insist on you doing bad things, or always influencing you, especially if you're a boy. They influence you to do bad shit, right? And they all think it's funny and you're a sissy if you don't go do it. But then as soon as you go do it and you get into trouble, what happens? Your buddies split on you. They don't call you when you're in jail. They don't put up money to bond you out or any of that kind of shit. And they leave and they act like they don't know you, right? And so Democrats are just criminals. They haven't found out the hard way yet. That's how I see it anyways. But yeah, I think Eric Adams got a little bit red-pilled. I don't know if he'll stay on that path, but I think he is trying to do the right thing, and you can kind of tell because all of his buddies turned their back on him and said that he had been compromised and that he was being held hostage by President Trump. They literally said that. We covered a video where they word for word said that. But the fact that his compadres turned their back on him makes me think that he really is trying to do the right thing by New York, even where Governor Hochul came out and said that they were considering pulling Mayor Eric Adams from the mayor position and put somebody else there, which they did walk away from that. That doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. But those are symptoms to me that Eric Adams potentially is trying to do the right thing for New York. And I think that's why they were highlighting it, because they were like, yeah, all you assholes at the table that are all doing wrong, one of you is actually kind of trying to turn over a new leaf, while the rest of you is trying to defend the dirt that you're doing. So I think that's why they highlighted it. What's up, Jamie? Happy freedom to you. I'm glad that you're starting to do better. I was wondering what happened to you. Russell, they're harboring criminals. Lock them up. That's right. And they admitted to it. Why not walk them to jail? That's what I don't understand. You ask them if they broke the law. They said, yes, they broke the law. You told them that those are federal charges. They hear you. At what point do you put the handcuffs on them and send them out to Gitmo? You know, it just seems like they admitted to federal crimes. Why are they not arrested? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Russell, God bless that kid. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's actually a video of DJ Daniels pretty much being mistreated by a group of individuals. Now, the video is like a year or two old. He was sitting there in his police uniform. He was in the middle of doing something, and these people were mocking him and being shitty to him and stuff like that. Now, I wasn't willing to grab that video and put it on the schedule, and try to publicize that kind of crap. But I did see it on X, and that's shitty. Like, I can't tell you how many videos I see on X where people are doing something bad to somebody who is disabled or has special needs or something, and I cannot stand that stuff at all. That is scum of the earth behavior right there. So maybe these people will show DJ Daniel some more respect now that he's Secret Service. What's up, Fresca Bean? Happy freedom to you. I'm still on my driveway. Good. Don't be texting and driving, Fresca Bean. Says, I looked it up. It doesn't say who chartered the city of Chicago. It says that French African Haitians settled the first non-Indian settlement in that area. Yeah, Fresca Bean. And, you know, leave it to the Democrats to twist words and take things out of context and stuff like that. In Chicago, man, they're stuck with Johnson, I think his name is, Mayor Johnson. I think it's Brandon Johnson. And he's worthless. He was like some school counselor or some crap. That's why he talks all soft like that. And it sounds like he knows what he's talking about, but all he does is make bad choices. Stoner, yeah, little DJ gets twerked on. Twerk attacked by gross lefties. Yeah, Stoner. Yep. He's like, all right. And he just does this. And then all of a sudden you just see red beams pointed at him. He's like, I'll get you. Don't do that. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly, did you see DJ give the soldier a high five too? No, I missed that. I don't know how I missed that. No, but that's badass. Stoner, assign him to Obama, Secret Service. Nah, he deserves better than that. Stoner, I think there are bad people. I think the same thing, Stoner. She's like, I'm not saying that you're bad people, but you're misled. No, they're bad people. They know what they're doing. They know enough right from wrong to become mayor, right? They're not children. They're not toddlers. It's like, oh, I'm going to excuse your bad behavior because of ignorance. No, these are grown-ass people. It's time to hold them accountable and call them bad people to their face. Tony Rez, Eric Adams looks like he saw some shit. Yeah, Tony Rez. Well, he was a cop in Chicago, or not Chicago, in New York for a long time. I don't know how long, and I don't know exactly what his rank was, but I know he was a cop for a while. Ghostly, you tagged me in it? I'll have to check it out. Thank you for tagging me in it, Ghostly. Stoner, I live 100 miles from Chicago. That place is a shithole. That even a cow tried to burn it down. Yeah, Stoner, I've been to Chicago quite a few times. When I used to live in Niles, which is where I grew up, it's only like 2 hours from Chicago. What's up, Breeze by you? Happy freedom to you. I'll check it, Ghostly. Thank you for letting me know. Sweet. Happy freedom to you. You work for a nonprofit, you can get loan forgiveness. If you work for a nonprofit, it's not the same thing as the Biden student loan bailout. No, I'm not considered a nonprofit. I thought about trying to form what my business is into a nonprofit, but I don't really think I have a way to do that. I don't know. I talked to my tax guy about it, and he was thinking, no, I can't do that. So I just got to pay back those student loans, but it's all right. I signed up for it. Thank you so much, CJ, for continuing the membership program over on Twitch for 31 months. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, C1. Thank you. Holy, thank you so much. Thank you so much, CJ. Not C1, CJ, for the bits as well. I really appreciate all the support, CJ. Thank you so much. What's up, Torp? Happy freedom to you. I used to live south of 8 Mile Road in Detroit. Yeah, that's kind of a rough area. I wonder what it's like today. I haven't been to Detroit in a long time. I mean, this is like 15 years since I've been to Detroit. Rich, I'm glad they're being held accountable, but there's got to be punishment that goes with it, or big fines, lots of government money. Yeah, and that's what I mean too. There needs to be consequences for their actions. Telling them that they're making bad choices isn't enough. Tore up abandoned houses and businesses now in open areas. Yeah, they need to do something with Detroit, because there's so much potential there, and they'd rather just watch it rot. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom to you. Zero. Eric Adams was a police officer for more than 20 years and retired as a captain. Thank you for letting me know, Zero. I didn't realize it was all that, but it kind of makes sense now. You see the way that Eric Adams looks. The way he, like somebody had said in the chat, he looks like he's seen some stuff. I agree. All right, hooligans. We're going to move forward to this next one. Like I said, this next one is DJ Daniel, newest member of the United States Secret Service, meets with President Trump in the Oval Office. Now, before we get into this, I'm going to remind you, hooligans, really quick, that you should go check out the only hooligan shop for cool custom hooligan items. Now, this shop was created by Alistair, and he created all the items in the shop. He makes them himself. And anything you purchase from the only hooligan shop, it contributes to me, Alistair, and keeping the live running. And like I said, there's no third party involved. Everything there he creates himself. Now, right now, there's prints, and there's also Christmas ornaments. Now, I assume we're going to have some chip clips coming pretty soon. And I think eventually we're going to sell merch through there as well. That way it gives us more control over the content, over the prices, over the shipping and handling and things like that. It's better than dealing with third-party systems. So definitely go check out the only hooligan shop for cool custom hooligan items. Let's get this video pulled up with DJ Daniel. All right, once again, this is titled DJ Daniel, newest member of the United States Secret Service, meets with President Trump in the Oval Office. Hit that. We're on the wrong screen. We'll play it full screen just because it's all portrait mode. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as on the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
What a good-looking family, huh?
There's one more thing I got for you, a big hug.
Okay, good. That's very nice. Look at that family you got, huh?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. How are you? Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. That was a big evening last night, right?
Yes, it was.
That was a big evening. What a good-looking.
Quick video, but it's a good one. Like I said, DJ Daniel there, newest member of the Secret Service, meeting with President Trump. I'm sure he was just being informed on his new duties there, his new tasks as a new Secret Service member. Pretty badass. Like I said, that was my favorite part of the speech last night, was seeing that, because you don't see that kind of stuff going on in Capitol Hill. You see people crying and lying, hardcore, and being fake to each other, big time. And so it was really cool to see that interaction and see these people behaving like humans instead of like robots or actors and stuff like that. So, like I said, that was my favorite part of the speech last night. So I wanted to get that follow-up real quick. Next up, we got Lefties Losing It, titled Dangerously Delusional Host of The View Mocked. Now, I like putting Lefties Losing It at the end if we find that video, because it's a good transition right into our fun stuff of the day. And in this video, they're going to show KJP, who apparently participated in The View. And I really don't want to think she's going to become a part of that, but she fits right in. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about DJ Daniel meeting with President Trump. Zero, love the big old cowboy hat. Yeah, they styling. Snooks, you say nip clips? No, we don't have that. Not yet, anyways. Zero. AI can't spell. Jeff's a real boy. I am. I am a real boy. Yeah, see, my letters are still lettering. It's all good. I'm not AI. Well, thank you, Snooks. I appreciate the compliment. Russell, I love DJ and his father. DJ also talks like an adult. Yeah. Yep. Well, I think he knows what he wants, and he's got his eye on it, right? He wants to be an honorary officer. Now he's Secret Service. So I think he strives hard to try and be as professional as possible, especially at only being 13, you know? Stoner, I'll put that link in the chat. That way you could text it to her really quick, or however you need to go about doing that. There you go, Stoner. That's directly to the video I just showed. Ghostly. Now I can't unsee the chip clips as nip clips, and that's a much better image. Yeah, I suppose. Until you lose a nipple. It's all fun until somebody loses a nipple. What's up, Information Warlord? Happy freedom to you. Wait a minute, we're at 41. We're at 43 now, but we need to get those likes up, hooligans. Come on. You know, I hate to bring it up, but over on YouTube, they have no problem hitting 100 likes every day. You know, it shouldn't be that way on Rumble. Should be having those issues. Oh, I see Tactical Klaus is back. Oh, I scared him. Big bear cat here. I appreciate you, Katie. Thank you. Johnny Cage, greedy, power-sick people will always eat themselves apart. Yeah. Well, that's the Democrat way. They're always eating each other when they don't have some, you know, President Trump to bitch about. You guys writing paragraphs over on YouTube. Johnny Cage, their funding's now gone. They're all done. Yeah, but in 4 years we'll have a new president. You know, and we got midterms coming up too. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think it's just permanently over for the Democrats, as nice as that would be. Oh, I appreciate you, Wayward. Thank you, Zero. No worries, Russell. You know what's really interesting is when DJ Daniel was getting his promotion yesterday during the speech and the Republicans were clapping, I swear to God they were saying JD. They were like JD, 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 even though his name is DJ. And President Trump was like, DJ went through this and survived this. And as soon as President Trump said DJ, everybody got quiet. Like it immediately got silent and everybody sat down. And so I was learning this yesterday, and I wasn't going to bring it up until that just happened in the chat, Russell. But I really think that everybody was chanting the wrong name last night. But I don't want to bring it up. But, you know, here we are. I appreciate you, Russell. Thank you. Snooks, I think 10 Man's in the chat. Maybe he's busy. You know, he's too busy to type in the chat. He's here with us. What's up, Seabo? Happy freedom. What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Wad? Happy freedom to you. We're just going to expose everybody in the chat that ain't typing. That's all right. That's all right. Like I said, we're going to get into the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. This is titled Lefties Losing It, Dangerously Delusional, Host of The View Getting Mocked. Now, of course, they're going to be talking about a plethora of topics here. It's not necessarily news, but it's as much news as we got left before getting into the fun stuff. So make sure you hit that like button, and let's get into this.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. And good news, I have a View extravaganza coming up. But first, let's hear from The View's target audience. You know, those angry, ill-informed Karens. This one is particularly mad.
They brought Zelensky into the Oval Office and attacked him. And you people who are celebrating that. You. Every one of you.
Not actually what happened, but, you know, facts aren't important to the left, as you'll see in the next few clips, because it's time to check in with the dangerously delusional ladies of The View, and I regret to inform you they are increasing in number.
You think about journalists, you think about the reason they're in the press briefing, you think about the reason they're in the pool. It's called the protective pool. There are 13 members of the pool. I'll try not to get too wonky here. And their job is to provide unbiased information to the American people, because the American people deserve that.
Yes, that's former White House press secretary and professional liar Karine Jean-Pierre. The View, on The View desk. I wonder, is that a little bit of an audition? As for the American people deserving the truth, you think we've forgotten this?
I've spent sometimes countless hours with him, whether it's in the Oval Office, whether it's on the road, and I believe, for me, you're asking me my personal opinion, he is sharp. He is on top of things.
Sharp and on top of things. Yeah, cool story, bro. And she repeated that lie, I don't know, approximately 5,000 times in recent years. But Karine has some ways to go to reach the derangement levels needed for a full-time gig on The View as a co-host. Can she reach that pinnacle, the pinnacle set by, say, Whoopi, also known as Karen Johnson? Yes, that's her real name. Here is Karen claiming that Donald Trump is going to break up the marriages of white dudes who've got foreign wives. He's going to deport the wives and find new women for the men.
He's not going to say, oh, you're with a white guy, I'm going to keep you from being deported. No, he's going to deport you and put the white guy with someone else. The man is out there.
Oh, Karine, you have a long way to go to match it with these girls. No, I think that audition is not going to be enough. Now, let's check on Joy Behar, who's still in denial about Donald Trump's enormous mandate, the fact that he won and won comfortably. And here she is schooled by another lefty, but a relatively sane lefty, in Stephen A. Smith.
Going around with his cronies touting his so-called landslide and blowout win. But he won the popular vote by 1.5%, one of the smallest ever, and he won the general election by less than 50%. So what kind of mandate is this really?
Well, it is a mandate, and I'm going to explain why. And I don't mind the question, but let me be very clear. I'm no supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of truth and the facts. And here's the facts. The man won every swing state. He increased in terms of his voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate.
The man was forced to repeat that data, to repeat the obvious, because these ladies just cannot cope with facts.
So 20 years after they last won a popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state, and on top of it all, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate.
Lefty Stephen A. Smith then had to jump in and correct Whoopi when she claimed that the Democrats are just for helping ordinary people. And listen here as she confirms that all they do on The View, all they really do is just push Democrat talking points.
Let's remind people what those issues are. Making sure that families had what they need, SNAP, making sure stuff is there, making sure that the America that we all grew up in, where you could come and be whoever you were supposed to be or want to be, you still have that right. All these things are the things that the Democrats have always said.
You brought up the message that the Democratic Party was disseminating. I'm challenging you on that. That is not what they were doing. I'm not talking about the intent.
We did it.
We did it, did we? Whoopi, it didn't work out too well, did it, love? And in their latest episode, the ladies of The View encouraged the Democrats to launch a naked protest against Donald Trump's address to Congress. Oh dear.
Get butt naked and dance around. What should happen? Or should they all wait till the end when freshman Senator Elise Slotnick gives the Democratic response? Anybody?
I think they should walk out en masse.
Naked or clothed?
Naked. I think they should walk out. I think that a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Naked protests, walkouts, they really are overgrown children, aren't they? When will the mass tantrum end? But you know, if the View ladies were really serious about protesting Trump, they'd follow this next woman's example and transform themselves into Zelensky. Watch this. Yes, she is morphing into Zelensky in a show of solidarity.
Is that Ukraine face?
I can't keep up with the modern left anymore. Let's see if she manages to pull it off. Just let's fast forward to the end. There's only so much lunacy I can take. Let's play the last 10 seconds. Stunning and brave as always. You know, the Democrats have reached an all-time low when the likes of Casey Anthony, yes, Casey Anthony, Google her if you're not familiar with her putrid work, when she's pushing their talking points.
As a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community, women's rights, I feel that it's important that I use this platform that was thrust upon me.
Thrust upon you. Okay. Never made a video saying that before. Why does the women on The View, especially Whoopi Goldberg, look like that? Like Dark Crystal. That's exactly what they look like. Just all hunched up and fat, big-bodied with a little head. I don't know if Whoopi Goldberg is on that Ozempic or what's going on, but her neck is shrunk. She looks odd. Very odd. More than usual. That is the last little bit of the news I have for you hooligans today. We are going to be getting into our fun stuff next. We will be opening today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776. And then we have one funny video of the day, but it's like 2 minutes long, and I know that's scary, but this is really a funny video. It's worth it. So all of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these lefties losing it. I can't believe KJP. Can't believe it at all. I don't want to see her being on The View. They are toxic enough. They do not need to recruit KJP. They might as well put AOC on there too. What is this, Breeze by you? Russell, the left is broken. Turbo, my left blinker won't even work. Yeah, that's, you know, that's how it goes. Breeze by you, bunch of mentally ill assholes running loose. Exactly. Breeze by you, oh no, Ukraine face. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. That ain't right. Their culture is not your costume. And yada yada. Matt Rogers, they broke those people. Yeah. Breeze by you, Whoopi's an idiot. She is. They're all like that. They're just suffering from that TDS. They can't handle it. Snooks, I have never referred to a hoo-ha as their Oval Office, but I will never forget that. That is, I love that so much. That's got to be one of the best pickup lines ever. Like, hey, I'm just trying to access your Oval Office. And then they think about it, and then they turn and smile at you. Got them. Give them that presidential treatment. Just saying. What's up, Poetic? Happy freedom to you. Libby Racer, if you find a happy liberal, let me know. Yeah, I've never seen one before. Never ever. Never have I ever. U-Hill, I feel that it's important that all of these scumbag leftists go to Gitmo. I feel the same way. I about had a stroke reading that, though. Almost every word was spelt wrong. Thank God I'm dyslexic. It was spelled correctly for me. What's up, Resistance? Happy freedom to you. Tony Rez, I worry about the human race. I think we're healing. I think some of us are healing. Some of us are deleting ourselves because President Trump's now in office. But, you know, I think the majority of us, we're healing. Libby Racer, she's a clam bumper. Mm-hmm. She is. Metal Mouth DJ showed some serious maturity. I agree. I totally agree. Bill Clay, that's a massive zit. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that woman's face. She was having a hard time, though. Hey, I appreciate you joining us over here on Rumble, Wayward. Yeah, that woman was all upset, sympathizing with Zelensky, even though he threatened us. That's what I don't understand. The lefties are all saying, oh, President Trump and J.D. Vance, they attacked Zelensky. They invited him into the Oval Office to jump him. Like, what part of him threatening us did you miss? Like, he threatened all of us, whether you're an idiot or not. He was talking about our whole country, where all of us live. And for some reason, the lefties are like, they were bullying him. Yeah, well, we need to make bullying great again. Get over it. Get over it. Holy Snooks, no. My Oval Office is closed permanently. It is no place to visit. Holy. Never been asked that before. That's quite flattering. Metamouth, how can Casey Anthony be for women's rights when she murdered her own children? Well, it's like the Democrats wearing pink yesterday. One of them was Tim McBride. Tim McBride, who pretends to be Sarah McBride, who was elected to Congress from Colorado or some shit. It's the first shapeshifter to be in Congress, wearing pink. They're wearing pink supposedly to support women, and one of them is a predator. So, Democrats doing Democrat things. Zelensky called JD a bitch. Yeah, but JD could bench press Zelensky with his wiener. I mean, I know it ain't Saturday, but I can't turn the shit off. Holy. Anyways. Teasel the ovary office. That's what I'm saying. Vinny, Whoopi looks like Goro from Mortal Kombat. You're not wrong. She's just missing a set of arms. Should be all right. What's up? I'm Janet. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rob? Happy freedom to you. Rob, AOC will make the rest of them look intelligent. That is hilarious. Thank you for being here, Katie. What's up, loves? Happy freedom to you. Loves, talk bad about government all you want, but show support for another country over ours should get you booted. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. What's up, Shark? Happy freedom to you. What's up, random guy? Happy freedom to you. Wayward, they're supposed to be protecting in front of JD's house today. It's been spicy in Cincinnati because of the Triple K incident. What incident happened over there, Wayward? I know that there was protesters that showed up at a vacation spot, some resort that JD Vance was going to go to. And because protesters showed up, he moved his family to a secret location, and they're going to be going on vacation in another area. But I didn't hear anything about a Triple K incident. Turbo, ain't no EOs coming out of this Oval Office. I'm just saying. Yes. Snooks, you can't backpedal now. It's too late. You've already said the thing. Cassie J, that's an angry looking clam. Yeah, it happens from time to time. They're not all happy clams. It's not Saturday, guys. Not yet. Here, Juicer. That'd be awesome if Trump and JD Vance actually jumped him behind closed doors. Zelensky walks out with a bloody nose and the sniffles saying, we reached an agreement. That's right here, Juicer. You know, sometimes tough times need tough people. What's up, AR-16? Happy freedom to you. Ghostly, let me fill your Oval Office with Secret Service. See, you're getting a date. That's how it goes. You say that to a nice little lady there, she's going to say yes. Then she's going to tell her parents about it. How'd you meet? Well, I thought he was kind of funny. Oh, yeah, what'd he say? Next thing you know, you're getting thrown out of the house. Anyways, like I said, that is the last little bit of the news, so we're going to get on to the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776, and then we will be getting on to our official funny video of the day titled, Hand the Man a Pen. So let's go ahead and do the thing. Like I said, we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776, and today is day 19 of 24. What's really interesting is, even though this is Nightmare Before Christmas themed, we get some really random characters out of this, and I think it makes it so much more interesting because you really never know who you're going to get. This is badass. We actually got all the trick-or-treaters now. That's so awesome, and this is one of the better ones, I think. It's one of my favorites, I suppose. Thank you, Josh1776. I really appreciate you. All right, we're going to get into our official funny video of the day. But before we do, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. All right, hooligans, let's get into our funny video of the day. Now, like I said, this is a little bit longer than usual. That's what she said. And that's why we only have one funny video of the day today. But it is a good one. This is titled, Hand the Man a Pen.
That was yours. We thought that baggie belonged to Hunter. You know, I think the Secret Service probably still has it somewhere.
I have been stealing the money.
I'm sorry, what's that now?
I must to speak honestly. I steal many of USA dollars to Ukraine. Millions. Some dollars for some oligarchs also. Some for American bureaucrats also.
Well, we know that, but why are you telling me this?
Because, Mr. Trump, if you end war, we cannot steal any more money. We must continue war.
No, the war must end. Your people are dying, Zelensky. They're dying.
But I want to steal more money. What do you want? Fellatio? I can do it.
No, I don't want fellatio. No.
Are you sure? I did for Biden.
Okay, that is what we call oversharing. Look, there's nothing you have that I want. You're not going to convince me to keep this war going. You don't have the cards.
I not play cards.
No, I know you're not literally playing cards. It's a metaphor. It's like I'm playing 4D chess and you're playing checkers.
No, I not play checkers. There is no checkerboard, you see.
Okay, let's try this. I am in the driver's seat, okay? Do you understand that expression?
No, but we are not in car.
No, you're right. You're right. We're not in a car. That's true.
Listen, Mr. Trump, I am actor/comedian. I crave attention. Since start of war, I get worshipped by presidents. I'm worshipped by Hollywood. If war ends, no more attention, no more worship. With all due respect, Mr. Trump, this war must last forever.
I tell you what, if you agree to end this war, we will do a remake of Friends, and you can play Ukrainian Chandler Bing. How does that sound?
Oh, I love the Friends. This is favorite show of me. I am such a Monica.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's sign the thing, and then I'll go show you the room where Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky did it.
Oh yes, this is funny because I just say I'm such a Monica. Maybe we will go in a room and you can be Bill Clinton and I will be Monica. Yes?
You know what? Forget the room. Let's just sign the document. Does anyone have a pen? Phil? Where's Phil? I need a pen. Somebody give me a damn pen.
Yes. Hand the man a pen. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm gonna grab this Linktree link really quick and drop it in all of the chats. We're gonna read through and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Hair juicer, oh my god, AI is such a gift. I know. One of the better purposes of AI. I told you guys it was worth it. It was a good one. Come on, thing. There we go. Alright, hooligans, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you would like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll also have access to Hooligans Alley. You'll have access to the forums. You'll have access to the arcade. And you will also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chat that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. jeffmaclive.com is the place to be and the home of the hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership. Like I said, we're going to read through and we get the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Josh 1776, too early to go to bed and too late for a nap. Sad life. I don't know, you could squeeze an hour in really quick. I don't know what time it is there. It's only 7:30 here. Take an hour nap, wake up at 8:30, eat something, use the bathroom. Got a couple more hours to watch TV before midnight. Snooks, he's such a Monica. He was signing up for it. Half the stuff you guys are saying, I can't even read out loud. Hey, thank you for being here, AR16. Libby Racer, Hillary's upset. Yeah. She's going to figure out who made that AI video. Bill Clay, Zelensky would actually say this. Yeah, I would not be surprised at all. It was going to be the honest meeting, but then when I got to the end, I was like, nah, hand this guy a pen. Ghostly, this is why AI was invented, for the memes. Yeah, I think it's the best use of it. Hey, thank you for being here with us, Viola. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom to you. Trump's speech was outstanding, and what he did for everyone, priceless. Dems mad and ass out themselves. Anywho, happy freedom. Happy freedom to you, Skulls. Thank you for being here. I agree. President Trump did fantastic yesterday. What's up, Jules? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. It's that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, did the thing. We're going to read through one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We'll also be keeping an eye out for Caroline Leavitt in case there is another press briefing. And we'll also be watching President Trump's schedule in case he's going to be going live with EOs or whatever he decides to go live with. So definitely look forward to that. Like I said, we're going to read through and we're wrapping this up. Hey, thanks for being here, Juicer. Appreciate you, Zero. No, Snooks, that's not part of the membership. Hey, thank you for being here, Tony Rez. Appreciate you, Tori Wayne. Thanks for being here, Metal Mouth. Ghostly, space goes coast to coast. I haven't heard that in so long. Hey, thank you for being here, Appeal to Heaven. Hope you have a great night as well. Appreciate you, Tony Rich. Teasel Klaus moment. Hey, Ted. Touch your bow. Scratch your bow. Got the Klaus toes. That's nice. Look at that. Free Klaus toes. I didn't even charge you guys. It's normally $3.99 a month in Klaus toes. Appreciate you, Shark. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Lone Wolf. Stay free, hooligans. That's right, Cosmic Squirrel. Thank you, Cassie J. Thank you, Turbo. All right, I think we are good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We'll be keeping an eye out for President Trump going live. We'll be keeping an eye out for our press briefing with Caroline Levitt. Either way, make your way back to us tomorrow. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for joining us, for laughing and keeping up to date with the news. Go have yourself a fine night tonight. Definitely go get some food. That's what I'm going to be doing, looking for some good food. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support. And I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.
Jeff.